In this video, I want to talk to you about possibly one of the most important skills you can teach your son or your daughter. This is the ability to tune their BS meter. Here's what I mean by that. When I was younger, I ended up being a baseball player who went on to play Division I college NCAA baseball. It's the highest level of college athletics that there are. I didn't end up going pro or anything, but that's a pretty high level that most people never achieve. And I think the only reason, or at least one of the main reasons I was able to make that achievement was because of a pivotal point in my young childhood when I was about coming into high school, where my mother allowed me to make a decision on something that I think changed my life forever. Here's the decision she allowed me to make. I was flipping through a magazine because I was very passionate intrinsically for baseball. I was reading Baseball Weekly, and I was reading through it, and I flipped to the back where there's a bunch of classified ads. And on the back, there was an ad that said, home run power in 14 days. Add 100 feet to your home run ball in just 14 days. And immediately as a kid, I'm like, cool, because I could not hit a home run. I was a good hitter for like hitting singles and stuff, but I could not hit the ball over the fence, which was what you needed to be able to do if you want to play high levels of baseball. So I went to my mother and I said, Mom, can I please have this? It'll help me hit a baseball over the fence and hit home runs in just 2 weeks. Now, what could my mom have done? She could have said, son, that is BS. There's scams out there in the world. And she could have gone on and on and on trying to prove to me that this was a scam. Obviously, such an outrageous claim could not be true. Which is what I'm assuming 99% of the people watching this video, 99% of the population would say. However, that is not what my mom said. Instead, my mother decided this is going to be a learning opportunity. It might be a learning opportunity where my son learns the world's evil, or it might be a learning opportunity where my son learns that the world is actually good. Let's let him decide. Let's let him tune his BS meter so he can more accurately analyze situations and learn to trust his own judgment. Well, that's exactly what happened. My mom ended up writing a check for $300 for this system, and we sent for it. It was actually made by a company called Set Pro, by the way. Awesome product if your son or daughter's into baseball. And it came. And I ended up going through the program, and it turns out there's actually some things you can do with your muscles by working them at different ways that make them fire faster. And it's all neurological, but it's very real and very science-based. And if you do it for 2 weeks, you really do become more explosive as an athlete. And so I did this program for 14 days, and sure, just 2 weeks. But here's the really cool part. Not that I am now able to hit a baseball better, but I think the more important lesson that ended up pivoting my life was that I learned that outrageous things are possible. And I learned to suspend my disbelief whenever something amazing was put in front of me, an amazing opportunity, and not have an automatic BS detector going off in my brain saying, that's just too good to be true. That's too good to be true. And because I don't have that, and I got that experience at a young age where I had an amazing claim come true in my life, I was able to open up my mind to amazing opportunities that later happened in my life that allowed me to go on and start a couple of different million-dollar businesses that sell millions of dollars of products a year. Something that most people don't think is even possible. But because I had an early experience in my childhood where I was forced to suspend my disbelief, my mother allowed me to evaluate an opportunity on my own, and it turned out well. I have an ability that a lot of people don't have. And what I've noticed as I go to different business events and work with people, specifically with people trying to make money on websites and things like that, which is the field I'm in, I've noticed that new people to the industry don't seem to have this ability to say BS or not. They seem to still think that making money on the internet is a bunch of hogwash, hocus pocus crap, and that it's not really real and it's not really for them. But because I grew up with an opportunity, with that small baseball opportunity, and never had that experience, and I realized great things are possible, I never had that seed of doubt enter my mind, and I went on to very quickly build a million-dollar company, multi-million-dollar company, and I think it all boils down to this one point. So here's the action step that I would suggest that you take after watching this video. I would suggest that the next time your son or daughter has a decision or an opinion about something, for example, it could be as small as your son or daughter putting together a puzzle piece and saying, Daddy, does this piece go here? And instead of saying, yes it does, no it doesn't, say, I don't know, does it? and let them make their decisions in life and get them to practice making their own decisions as early and as often as possible for their entire childhood so that they can learn to trust their own judgments and build that skill of tuning their BS meter. I think it's one of the most important things you could possibly do, and the better your child is at determining what's BS, what's not, what's reality, what's fantasy, and getting an accurate picture and an accurate ability to distinguish what is really possible versus what is complete fantasy, the better off your child's chances are of becoming all they can be and reaching their full potential. But enough about what I'm saying. I'd like to know what you think. Please give me your thoughts below. Have you noticed this stuff to be true in your life? Do you have a BS meter that's on full tilt and you can't open up your mind to any possibilities and you've noticed that no big opportunities ever happen for you? Or are you the kind of person who tries everything out, no matter how fantasized it may be, and some of them work out and some of it doesn't, but the ones that do have really paid off in your life? Either way, I'd like to hear from you by leaving your comments below on what factor you think this role of tuning your child's BS meter will end up playing in their success. Look forward to chatting with you.